As y'all are discovering me, I'm figuring out who I am too. So it looks like we about to do this rodeo together. What's up, loves? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hey friend. This look is inspired by the beautiful Diahann Carroll as Miss Dominque Devereaux in the 1980s TV show Dynasty. Diahann Carroll was like my idol. Okay, I wanted to be like Dominque Devereaux so bad. So if you want to see how I created this look, make sure you keep watching. Welcome to my little corner of the internet. I just wanted to chit chat and do some makeup. Yeah, let's just dive straight into it. Our skin has already been prepped, but I still like to put a little bit of rose water on my face just to give it a little bit of extra moisture. Nothing too crazy, nothing too heavy. I just like spritzing my face with rose water. So the brows are already done. If y'all want to see how I do my brows, just comment below and let me know, and I will definitely make a video on that. Y'all already know we're going to start out with the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I just wanted to do a little bit of a chit chat about some things. There are a lot of things about me that you guys do not know, and it would be nice, I know on my end, that when I am watching someone's YouTube channel, you know, the content that they post, I like to know a little bit about them because it feels like a relationship is being established. So that's the reason why I kind of like doing these, you know, these little makeup tutorials, chit chats, situations like that. Ooh, that is sticky. I do have another video that I have to film today, which is one of the reasons why I'm doing my makeup, but I figured why not go ahead and film the tutorial as well, and I have two pieces of content, right? So I'm just using this LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Orange. Y'all know this is the OG. This is what everybody and their mama was using and still continue to use to this day to color correct dark circles, because baby, I don't be getting no sleep, child. I'm trying not to use too much of this product because I feel like I do overuse it a lot of times. So I'm trying not to do too much of it. First of all, we hit 400 subscribers. I mentioned that in my previous video. If you haven't seen it, please go back and watch it. I will link it above in the little info card. And I spoke about the backstory of why I've been on YouTube for the past decade and have only just now reached 400 subscribers. And I know that sounds pretty like girl, what you been doing all this time with your channel where you're just reaching, you know, you're just reaching 400 subscribers. Like, people have been on YouTube for a decade and they have hundreds of thousands of subscribers on their channel, hundreds of thousands of followers across Instagram, and then now TikTok and all that other jazz. So I just wanted to speak a little bit on what I am doing moving forward. This is the Benefit the Professional Foundation in the shade 26C. This is called the shade Hero. I'm going to be honest with y'all, I do not think that this is my correct shade, but we have it, so we're going to use it. Now that I am getting back into creating content for my channel, and you know, the goal is to first be consistent with myself and just see exactly how far this is going to take me, there are a few things that I have come to the realization of. For starters, making the content and putting it on my channel and reaching monetization is a full-time job that I am not going to get paid for for a very long time. Well, I'm not going to say for a very long time, but it's something that I am not going to get paid for until I get to, you know, 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watched hours or something like that, I think it is. And so there's been a lot of talk about, like, you know, the different changes that's coming to YouTube and all of that jazz. And I'm just like, I'm already working full time. Like, I feel like I have 3 jobs because, one, I'm a single parent, so that in itself is a full-time job. Then I actually work full-time Monday through Friday, and lots of times overtime. So I'm pushing like 40 hours plus per week. And then now my content. So it's like I'm sacrificing a lot of time just to like have content and upload it and things like that. Now, in the past, doing batch content was like the way to go. You can do, you know, 30 days worth of content or a couple of weeks worth of content within a couple days, and then you were good to go, right? Yeah, well, because people's attention spans are about as short as Dory on Finding Nemo, I feel like it is giving, like, people are starting to run out of options. And everything is about YouTube Shorts. Now, on my channel with my videos, I'm getting, because this is all in the name of analytics, right? Learning your audience, learning what people like to look at, and, you know, what people are attracted to and all of that stuff, right? But like, most of my videos are only getting, I don't know, 3 or 4 views. And then one of my other videos got like 200 and something views, whereas my shorts, this is the Fenty Beauty, check out what this is, Fenty Beauty Instant Retouch Concealer, Pro Filter Instant Retouch Concealer, and this is in the shade 330. My shorts get like between 500 and 1,500 views on Instagram, on YouTube. But the thing is, it's not resulting in people going to my channel, watching the content, subscribing to the channel. I think I gained like 1 or 2 subscribers from that avenue. The rest, I believe, came from a friend of mine, and I'm gonna give her a shout out, shameless plug here. And she does like TV show reviews. I'll try to @ her, but she does like honest reviews. You know, her stuff is unedited. So if you want like a, you know, an honest review on TV shows, then I do suggest that you go over to her channel. But Kiwanje TV, you know, she's such a likable person. She promoted my channel for me on her platform, and I jumped from like 393 to like 397, 398, something like that. Everyone wants to be an influencer, but it is definitely a lot of work. I do not want to call myself an influencer, to be quite honest with you. I really just want to make an impact in people's lives through the content that I create. People want to go on brand trips and stuff like that. I cannot honestly say that that is a desire. I feel like the people who are chosen to go on brand trips a lot of times are people who don't have children. You know, because these young ladies are free to come and go as they please. They don't have responsibilities that may hinder them from going on a brand trip. You know what I'm saying? These people they're paying to have these young ladies go on these trips, and you know, they want your full undivided attention to be on promoting the product or whatever it is that, you know, the brand trip is about. Of course, we're going to go in with the OG, the Laura Mercier translucent powder. We're just going to set under our eyes with this. Feel like because of my particular like setup per se, because I have like a kid and stuff like that, I'm not sure if brands will be you know, more, you know, more open to inviting someone like me into the space of like, you know, an influencer trip or a brand trip or whatever, and that's perfectly fine, because that's what I've noticed. A lot of these brand trips have to do with people who don't have kids. And this is not just like small kids, like this is just kids in general. Like they like the young, free, you know, young ladies that can easily pack up and go to Spain or Paris or Bali or Dubai or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I've come to terms with the fact that that's just pretty much how it is. And like, would you blame them? You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be spending this money on someone, you want them to have, you know, their attention fully focused on what it is that you're promoting. If you're going to spend all this money sending them on this trip to promote the product, right? By the way, I'm a marketer by trade, so that's why I'm saying that. So this is Fenty Beauty Sunstalker, and this is in the shade Mocha Mommy. So I'm just going to kind of bronze. I did not contour, like cream contour. I don't know, I just kind of prefer to do like the powder, but that's just me, you know, that's just me. So I'm definitely gonna have to be very mindful of my time, because I'm doing so many things now that content is involved, and I think that that is an additional reason why I did indeed walk away from YouTube for a short while, because I just couldn't handle working full-time and being a full-time parent and trying to put out content every single week. Like, that is a lot. Just think about it. You're doing, well, this was before TikTok even came about, but like you were doing Instagram, probably Facebook, and YouTube. And then you have to like film, you have to come up with the ideas, you have to edit the video, you have to take photos, and you know, you have to make sure that all of this stuff just really aligns with what it is you're doing in the video, or aligns with your channel or the purpose of your channel in general, right? This blush is the Shanell by ColourPop Under Construction in the shade Construct. Ooh, I went a little heavy on the blush. I went a little heavy on the blush. The thing that kind of scares me a little bit is that this is indeed something new-ish that I'm venturing into. Putting all of this time and effort, I think my whole thing is I'm afraid of putting all of these hours and making all of this sacrifice and all of that jazz into creating content, and then I end up not even like making something of this. The idea is to build a personal brand and be able to make money off of that personal brand. I don't want to, like, you know, my thing is I don't want to keep clocking into someone's job until, you know, I'm 80 years old, because the government continues to move the goalposts for working Americans, right? Okay, I definitely need to contour my nose. So yeah, I guess that my fear is that I'm going to end up putting all of this time and effort and, you know, sacrificing all of this stuff, all of this time that I could have been using to do something else. I'm sacrificing it and putting it into doing content just for it to not work, you know. So y'all heard the air just went off, so it probably got extremely quiet in here. But an even bigger fear is, what if it does work out? That's an even bigger fear. What if this joint do work out? What if something actually comes of this and I do end up making money from it? What if I make so much money that I am in fact able to resign from my full-time job? I'm claiming it, right? Because we're manifesting the life that we want. We're attracting the life that we want. We're attracting the money that we want, the wealth, the financial freedom, right? Because that's really what it is about. It's about financial freedom. So I may still hold on to my full-time job. We are using Get That Dough from Beauty Bakery. We're going into this palette again. Y'all already know how this stuff looks. By the way, your girl nails are not done. Well, they're done, but I took the nails off because what the hell? I needed to be able to like get into some things, you know what I'm saying? And the nails was getting in the way, honey. The nails was getting in the way. So I'm just going to go into this medium brown shade here and go over the outside of the lid and the crease. So anyways, yeah, it's like, what if it does work out? Like, what am I gonna do if it actually freaking works out? I just don't want, you know, I've heard of YouTubers, content creators, whatever you want to call them. I've heard of content creators, you know, making it in the industry of creating content, and they quit their jobs and all that stuff, and things are going well, and then all of a sudden they disappear, and now everyone's looking for a job again, right? And we all know how the job market is these days. Like, it is very difficult to find a job. I know someone who was looking for a job, and my God, it took her almost 2 years to find a contract freelance job. Not full-time permanent, a contract freelance job that was legit. You know, I guess that's just the fear in the back of my head. The other part of me is like, this don't have a choice but to work for me, because what else am I gonna do? By the way, I do have an quote-unquote Amazon storefront. I need 3 qualifying purchases from my storefront within the next 100 days, 180 days, something like that, in order for my storefront to actually become a storefront and for me to start earning commission. We're gonna mix this deep reddish brown and then this, so it's like a warm brown and a cool brown. So we're gonna mix those two and go into the crease just to deepen that up just a little bit. Just to deepen that just a little bit. It's like, what if it does work out and I start making all this money? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I am not going to leave my job. Whatever my salary is before taxes, I have to be making 2.5 to 3 times that after taxes when it comes to what I get paid for creating content. Other than that, I am not going to quit my job, because I want to have the security. I'm gonna have to blow this out. I want to have the security of, you know, having the money there, because I want to purchase a home. I want to, you know, pay off debts and, you know, be able to have money saved for quote-unquote retirement. Not only that, I still have a child that I have to raise. Bills have to be paid. He has a life that I have to help him start and build. I'm not just gonna kick him out of the house and leave him, you know, out there for the world to just gobble him up and swallow him. There are some things that I am a little nervous about when it comes to creating content. I really want this to work out, you know. This is something that I can take with me. This is something that I can do after work. This is something that I can do on the weekends. But to get paid for it, it's like a journey. And it is a job, and it is getting more and more difficult, especially now with AI. Even though people are coming out with restrictions and all of that jazz, it is getting more and more difficult, in my opinion, to get paid off of the content that you're creating. Just recently, I can't lie, I was very happy when I saw that Spring Break Watches and Tote and Carry, they reposted me. They even sent me DMs asking to, well, actually Tote and Carry asked me to send them images, like some of the photos and stuff that I posted on my Instagram, so that they were like, do we have permission to repost? Now, mind you, I don't have a large following on Instagram. I only have like 660 something followers on Instagram. So I can't be like, well, I mean, yeah, but like, I want to get paid for it. Like, the idea is to get the exposure. I'm going to go in with this peachy shade here. This is from BH Cosmetics, baby. This is an OG one. I can't even tell you what the number on it. I just know it's a flat, fluffy brush. All right. So we're gonna go in with that peachy shade, and we're gonna take that to the inner corner and blow it out to the center of the lid, because we want to create a really nice matte ombre effect. Okay. And I'm just patting that on. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of this medium brownish to the top of it, just to give it a little bit of warmth. I've always liked this type of look. So we're gonna go in with that medium shade and top it just a little bit here. I'm gonna tell y'all something. When I did that closet haul fashion video, baby, I was up to, I didn't go to bed until 3:30 in the morning. 3:30 in the morning. That's crazy. It felt good to see that some of the brands wanted to repost my content, and even Bo the Goat, he's a chef, and even he reached out to me and asked, because I sent him a picture. I bought his recipe book. Actually, I had pre-ordered it like months and months and months in advance, and when it finally was released in like September or October or something like that, I used one of his recipes to make some baked chicken. And so I sent him a photo of what I made, and so he reached out to me and asked me if he could repost it on Facebook. And I was like, yeah, sure, you can repost it on Facebook. Again, I don't have that many followers on Instagram, so yeah, sure, as much exposure as I can get is great, right? This is the Morphe M321. It's like a round, fluffy brush of some sort. Y'all probably couldn't even see that because it probably didn't even zoom in, but anyways, so I am going to use this medium dark brown just to dust a little bit of that, give it like a smoky effect under the eye. And I figured I'd do this before I apply my mascara, because the last time I put the mascara on before, and baby, it was a hot mess. Okay, I don't know, I like doing a smoky eye because I think I have big enough eyes to pull it off. So seeing brands reposting my content and reaching out asking if they could repost my content was really nice. You know, it was nice for me to see that someone appreciated the story that I was trying to tell with the images that I created. I'm actually going to go in with Milk Cosmetics, and this is Dark Matter. It's literally black, and I'm just taking this angled brush from Morphe. I don't even know what brush this is. I don't even have a number on it. It just says Morphe, and I just know it's an angle brush. But we're going to use that to line our lids. Why? Because I cannot for the life of me find my Milk Cosmetics liquid eyeliner. That just makes it so much easier for me to do this. So we're just going to use eyeshadow. So I do want to be able to set myself up for the future, you know, and be able to take care of my son, but I do want to be able to just take care of him and not have, you know, many worries financially of how I'm going to provide for him. This is Lancome Noir Intense Extreme Long Wear Drama Liquid Pencil. And y'all know I gotta focus when I be putting my eyeliner on, okay? So that is definitely one of my fears, that it does work out. And I'm like, dang, am I gonna be able to keep this up? Am I gonna be able to remain relevant? The trends in social media change so quickly that it's like by the time you have, you know, jumped into some type of niche, you have to have multiple avenues of content these days. And because of that, people are just wanting forms of entertainment that's for like 15 seconds or less per post. And because people's attention spans, which is so horrible, people's attention spans are that short, I would hate to see what's going to happen years from now. No one's going to be reading books anymore, or no one's going to be educating themselves on things anymore. And that's going to be the sad part about it all. And I know that, you know, technology is like a good thing, and it really is, but I feel like technology low-key making us stupid. Like, when was the last time you wrote a letter? You know, you have to do cover letters for resumes, but when was the last time you actually wrote a letter? If you can tell me that, I will back off. So I say all that to say, I'm wondering, you know, what the relevancy of my content would be, because I want to create evergreen content that helps people for years to come. So we're gonna go in with Royal Vibrancy. This is the Marvel Studios Black Panther collab from MAC, and we're just gonna put a little bit of this on the highest points of our cheeks here. Okay. Sorry, y'all can hear my child down there. He is enjoying himself watching television. He just don't know. I'm about to go down there and tell him we gotta do homework. Because I like to keep him on his toes, you know what I'm saying? Just because it's the weekend don't mean you ain't got nothing to do, bruh. I do a lot of stuff. Filmmaking, I've done short films, I have written television scripts, I've written movie scripts like feature films, I've written and produced short films and have won semi-finalists for a few of them. So yeah, it's like I'm scared that my content will become irrelevant, and that I as a personal brand will become irrelevant, and that I'm going to always be in the mix of trying to find different avenues to make money. But at the same time, it's like, if it does work, I am going to be going into uncharted territory, because I have never done this before, and this is a version of me that I do not know. So I'm at the point now where I'm rediscovering myself, right? Going head first, just deep diving into creating content and being consistent with it, because of course in the past I wasn't consistent, and now here I am, I'm cranking out videos and thinking of content to create to help people, empower people, and to influence people, you know, not influence, but like have an impact on people. I don't want to do anything for the short term. I prefer to impact people for the long term, so that they actually learn from the stuff that I'm creating, from the art that I'm creating, from the content, from the think pieces that I am, you know, speaking of or speaking about in my videos. For 2026, that's basically what I want to do, you know, develop myself as a personal brand on one end, and on the other end have my content become evergreen content and help people from now until the rest of eternity, or for however long this content will be on the internet. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's gonna happen in the next 100 years, because child, I ain't gonna be here in the next 100 years, you know. So now we're gonna go in with the Fenty Beauty Hella Thick Mascara, and we're just going to baby, make these lashes look real nice and thick, okay? I'm wondering if I should even put on lashes. This mascara is like pretty darn good. I don't know, I might go ahead on and throw on some lashes just to be extra dramatic. Just trying to figure out where do I fit in? Where is my community, and how do I find my community? And you know, am I going to be able to give the people who follow me the content that they need to grow? I did write down like what I wanted to talk about in this video, but yeah, it's kind of like not working out that way. I'm talking about this other stuff, you know. It is a little scary going into territory that you've never been in before, or going into territory, another level of a territory that you are familiar with. I am used to, you know, making a couple videos and then that's it, and then I walk away, and then I come back and make a couple videos and that's it, and I walk away. I'm used to that, right? But now here I am diving into this, right? Diving deep into this, and I'm like, no, we're going to remain consistent because I just want to see where this is going to take me as far as being, you know, someone who can be a positive impact on women. Wait, what?
You still haven't filmed me, right?
Yes.
Wait, my bad.
Full-time mom. Full-time mom. I really like doing the content, but I do want to make sure that what I'm creating is going to have a positive impact on people and not just be, you know, a part of a trend that may circulate and come back, you know, 30, 40 years from now. So I want this to be something that hits every generation, that hits, you know, different ages and stages of life and growth. But the way that I want to do that is to actually make the changes and people watch me make those changes and, you know, develop as a content creator right here on my channel. I'm so tired of hearing 6'7", and that's all my son be saying is 6'7". So every time he says 6'7", I say 8'9". She looks pretty. Don't we look pretty? So we are going to do Colored Rain. I think this was like the Queen Bee collection situation ordeal that they had going on. So let's just stick with MAC Chestnut lip liner. I was going to use my ColourPop that Shayla did, but I gotta sharpen it, and I think my sharpener is all the way over there, and I don't feel like getting up to go get it. So I think one of the reasons why I have a fear of failure and a fear of success is because I know what it feels like to have both. I don't know if I like this. I don't like that color. I think I need to do a lip scrub. My lips are kind of dry. So I know how it feels to fail in my eyes, what I call or what I consider to be a failure. I know what it feels like to be on the bottom. I also know what it feels like to have some type of success. It may not have been the success that, you know, that I would have dreamed for or hoped for, but So yeah, even though like I have fear of both sides, I have fear of success and fear of failure. It's like, what if I put in all of this effort and it doesn't work out? And then it's like, well, what if I put in all this effort and it does work out? What if you do get the life of your dreams? What if you are able to make the type of money that you want to make and have the financial freedom that you want to have? That's one of the reasons why I'm like, you know what, Laura, let's just give this content thing a try, because who knows, something might catch. You know, so yeah, I have all of these different ideas and stuff like that that I am, you know, looking into doing. It's just like, you know, what if this works? What if it doesn't work? You know, what if I don't make an impact? What if I do make an impact? You know, and that is a constant battle that I deal with on a regular basis, because I've done so many things, but the one thing that I never did for any of the stuff that I've attempted to do, including my YouTube channel, was remain consistent. So that's the reason why I was like, okay, you got to give this a shot. Whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, just give yourself enough time, I think, to, you know, to make it just as much as you gave yourself enough time to give up. You know, this is a bunch of footage. It's literally a bunch of footage that's going on the internet. You know, I have literally nothing to lose. The only thing that I'm spending is time. I guess it's just a matter of giving myself time and being patient and being consistent with my content. I just woke up one day and I was like, well, we're just going to do this content, and I'm just not going to say anything to the people that I do know personally. I'm just going to put the content out there, let the algorithm do its thing. I'm gonna, you know, go full-fledged content creator on my page, and whoever likes it, cool. Whoever sees it, great. Whoever reshares, reposts, comments, and follows, and then comes to the YouTube and subscribes, and whoever do all of that, I'm grateful and I'm thankful for those people, because that's who's going to be my community. As y'all are discovering me, I'm figuring out who I am too. So it looks like we about to do this rodeo together. We're gonna keep it pushing. We're gonna keep it pushing. I know I'm discouraged right now, but we're gonna keep it pushing. This is the final look. Do I think we nailed Miss Devereaux? I think we got Miss Devereaux, baby. It's burned. Well, this champagne was obviously frozen in a bottle at some point. Bruh, that lady was vicious. Always something. That woman ain't never played somebody that was broke. So yeah, that's it for this look. I really hope that you all enjoyed it. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel so we can all be in this together. Join the community, my little corner of the internet. And that is it. I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.
I got too much, I'm thankful, I'm blessed. Way up, I'm way, way all up, I got